Alright guys, so I found something today that may make you very popular with your kids this summer, depending on just how well it works. So I did a review for the slushy magic. I've also done a review for the ice cream magic. And none of them have really worked that great. They all kind of work, but not ideally, basically. It seems like with the slushy magic, I concluded that there had to be an easier way to do it than basically filling that thing up and shaking it. And it came with these little pre-packed ice cubes that you had to freeze, but then they stayed in the middle of the mix and just made a mess of it. So when I saw this Squeezy Freezy, it seemed like the newest edition of the slushy magic. But when I looked at how it worked, it just seemed like a way better idea. I could actually see that if this thing does what it says it should do, then this is going to be a way easier way to make a slushy and much quicker as well. So the idea here is that there's an outside area that has the liquid that freezes in the freezer. Then you pour your drink in the middle, and then you squeeze this because it's a soft material, the jacket I guess with the frozen material. You squeeze it and that causes that action in the frozen sides because it's all surrounded by this frozen jacket. That's supposed to be what freezes it, but I've actually got one that's been sitting in the freezer for about the last few hours, so I'm gonna go grab it out and let's see how it works. Alright, this is another one of those reviews I like doing because I'm actually going to get to have a slushy at the end of it. And if it works, it's going to be a pretty good slushy. So I am using vitamin water today. I love this stuff. It tastes good. It's basically a sugar water with some vitamins in it. That's what it is. But it's going to taste good in a slushy. So you got to put it in here and then you got to wait 1 minute and then you just squeeze away. So that's the freezing jacket. You can see how it's squishy. Alright, there's no shaking that's going to be involved or anything. Woohoo, this will be exciting. In the meantime, you can check out a little bit of the instructions. Alright, has it been a minute yet? Alright, you got to squeeze this thing then. So I guess just squeeze it said for about a minute. Alright guys, well, it did make a slushy. A little bit of, I would say, a wetter, meltier slushy, but you can see there's quite a bit of ice in there. I didn't really have this in the freezer maybe quite as long as you would want. Seems like you might want to leave it in there overnight. I came home this evening and put it in there and then used it a few hours later. But I think it could have been colder. I could tell when I took it out it didn't seem totally frozen. But still, you can see the potential. I'm going to go eat me a slushy. Yeah, it tastes like a vitamin water slushy. I think it works better. It's easier, it's faster than the other one. But still not 100% perfect. I mean, it's not going to make a slushy the same exactly as you get from 7-Eleven, but pretty close. Alright. I gotta eat this before it melts. Guys, I just finished eating that slushy. It was pretty good. I thought you might want to see what the collar looked like, the frozen part inside. So that's the amount of space you're going to have in there, which isn't too bad. I'd say could probably make about an 8-ounce slushy. And then it gets a little tough at the bottom to spoon it out. So you may want to pour your slushy out of here into another cup for them to eat it out of. But I'd still probably give it about a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Although it's getting closer. This is definitely the best one yet. Alright.